What's up, guys? Bonret1 here, and no Tech Peasants Podcast this week officially, but I'll explain why at the end of this video. So right now, I'm just going to do a weekly news rundown of what's happened in the last 2 weeks, actually, because the podcast is normally bi-weekly. So to start it off, we got news that Lawbreakers is coming to PS4, and it will be $29.99. It was originally going to be free to play, but Cliff Bleszinski and his new team decided to charge so that they could end up making a better game overall, because, yeah, better games are more or less made when you pay instead of free to play, because a lot of free to play games can fall into the trap of being either paid to win or not having enough substance to keep people coming back. So good move on them. $30 you get Lawbreakers. It looks kind of like an arena shooter with interesting characters in the futuristic setting. And it's kind of just like cops and robbers, but once again, futuristic setting. So we'll see more about that in the future. Marvel Heroes Omega is coming to PS4, and there's an open beta going on right now. Marvel Heroes started on PC a few years ago, and it's pretty much the mainstay Marvel MMO online. It took a while to finally come to console, but now it's here. I played it on PC before. It was interesting, but I did kind of lose interest. Maybe if this version is better, I could pick it back up and try again. Far Cry 5 was announced on the last podcast when they announced it at an investors call, but now we got the official setting reveal and the trailer. The game more or less has you fighting against a cult of religious people that take it way too far. A lot of people have actually been upset about this, saying that it's in a way racist because it's victimizing a certain group of people. But I find that crazy because Far Cry has always dealt with extremists. It was just a matter of time. The game will come out on February 27th in 2018. Pyre from Supergiant Games will be releasing on July 24th this year on PC and PS4. Supergiant Games made Bastion and Transistor. I've beaten Transistor and I loved it. I still need to beat Bastion, but I'm close to it. Hopefully this game is living up to the legacy of Supergiant Games. It's a party-based RPG, and it deals with you competing against other groups of players to progress in the story, and this will also have online multiplayer. The free PS Plus games for this month include Killing Floor 2 and Life is Strange on PS4, and the full edition of Life is Strange, not just one part of it. Then on PS3 and PS4, PS Vita cross-buy, you get Abyss Odyssey, World Rally Championship 5, Neon Chrome, and Spy Chameleon. Those will come out next week as for the June games for Plus. Shadow Warrior 2 is finally coming to console. It'll be $40 and it runs at 30 frames on both consoles. I played Shadow Warrior 2 on PC last year and the game was fantastic. It was a really good sequel that improved in almost every aspect, better gameplay, better visuals. Even the story this time was a little better, although I feel the game was a little shorter and the ending was a little abrupt. So hopefully they make a sequel to this, which I expect because this was a huge success. Hopefully that sequel improves upon this one even more in terms of story. They could possibly keep the same gameplay and they'd be fine because that's how fun it was. The Xbox games with golds this week is Speedrunners, which I've played on Steam. It's a fun game. You just race on a 2D plane and whoever's left at the end wins. Watch Dogs, and these two will be Speedrunners will be available from June 1st to the 30th. Watch Dogs will be available from June 16th to July 17th. Assassin's Creed 3 on Xbox 360 will be available from June 1st to June 15th. Dragon Age Origins will be available from June 16th to June 30th, and for DLC you get Phantom Dust DLC. Intel has announced their Core i9 CPUs, possibly in response to Ryzen, and while they have also announced included i5 and i7 updates as well, I'm just going to list the i9 processors. We have an 10-core or 20-thread processor, which will retail for $999. A 16-core and 32-thread processor, which will retail for $1699. And we have an 18-core, 36-thread CPU that will go for $199.99. and that one is called the i9-7980XE for Extreme Edition. And they also had others that were announced, but I'll just let you guys look that up by yourselves. It's more or less the lower line. The prices for these are still really ridiculous, so I don't think Ryzen will really be in any danger, because Ryzen's has the 16-core 32-thread, which they announced. We had that on the last week of Tech Peasants Podcast. Went over that, and then Ryzen in general has the 8-core, which is, once again, really good for consumer, especially for like video rendering. Like, I could use that a lot, and it's way less expensive than that Intel one, which is, I believe, 12 cores, dodeca-core. But that's that. So that's the news this week that I've looked up. Doing good on time, so I just want to mention, last week on Tech Peasants Podcast, we brought up the fact that we were going to do E3 predictions, and we did at the end. So I was thinking, let's just wait till E3 to do our next Tech Peasants Podcast, because not only are we all busy with life and a bunch of other stuff, but it makes sense because E3 predictions in the next episode be what happened at E3. So we don't know which day for sure we'll do it, because Sony's conference is on Wednesday, and we're going to have an E3 party, just us, for that. So, and Microsoft is on Sunday, so we'll have to watch the other ones separate, because normally, the way it's been for the last few years, you will watch the big, like, almost all of them in one day. I don't know why Microsoft changed it this year, but it is what it is. So, we'll do an E3 special edition of Tech Peasants. We won't really mention any other topics. If we do, I'll just go over it like this in a very quick amount of time. And that's all I have to say about the update. Thanks for watching. We do get pretty consistent views. We get at least 20 views on each episode so far, so I thank you all for that. Share it with your friends. Check it with RetroTech. Just made a trailer for the channel. Go check that out as well. Check out his channel. He's 1 subscriber short of 100 subs, so go check that out. And we'll see you guys next time. This is Von Red, one of Tech Peasants Podcast, signing out. Peace.